Hello and welcome to another episode of It's Tip Top Fishing. Now this doesn't look like a dam. We are here in my office and it's about time that I go carp fishing, don't you think? I haven't gone carp fishing in way too long. I miss it. I need the mental time and I need to go enjoy being in the outdoors. I don't care if I blank, but if I don't blank, I need to replace my net and a weigh sling because that rat ate it. And in the last video I did carp fishing, link is up here somewhere, you can see what net I was using and that was embarrassing. So let's quickly go on to cmfcarp.co.za and order a net. Let's do it.
Country lanes and coastal plains, endless views that we're passing through, making our way to a distant place, just us two, somewhere new.
So I'm very excited to be here. I am at Brookwood Trout Farm. We're not fishing for trout today, we're fishing for some carp. I spoke to the very lovely lady who collects your money. I think her name is Bobby. She's very sweet and she said the fishing has been very slow. So hopefully we catch something. It is very cold out here. Like I'm wearing this now, but when I got here early in the morning, the ground was still frosted until like 8:30. So yeah, today we are just trying to catch some carp, and without further ado, let's get to it.
Country lanes and coastal plains, endless views that we're passing through, making our way to a distant place, just us two, somewhere new. We watch the sky fade into the night. With you, my arms, nothing can go wrong. We'll fall.
So that sucks. I think I got snagged up on someone else's line. That's what it felt like. It didn't feel like a big fish, but it was on a really nice rig that I spent quite a long time on. So yeah, off she goes. Oh well. I will show you guys what the rig looks like now. And another crow flying by. There's lots of them, eh? Okay, similar spot, donk on the ground. Okay, and what I'm using is some CC Moore pellets. They are the 90mm ones, I think. 1 kg 6mm krill. Just pop a couple over, don't have to do too much. Last time I did, I don't know, 3-4 handfuls, that's all you need, and that's light handfuls, not heavy. And then I picked up my first bite in, I think it was 15 minutes, 10 minutes. While the rods are soaking, I thought I would take you through the rig that I'd lost that fish on, damn it. So here it is. If you have watched my videos in the past, you would know it is the Ronnie rig. If you'd like to learn how to tie that, link up here. We've got a lead clip, that's a drop-off lead clip. So underneath that I had a 2.5 ounce distance lead. I would I would not go any lighter than 2.5 ounces with this kind of hook. I'll get to that later. Then I've got a obviously an anti-tangle sleeve, and then about the rig I caught on was slightly shorter than this by probably about 2.5 centimeters, an inch for all your Americans. This one's about 20 centimeters, 21 maybe. It's a coated braid, one of those Nash coated braids. I think it is here. Yes. So it's Sync Link, 25 pound brown Kevlar core, stiff coated, 11.33 kilos. It's that one. This one right here. Okay, so I've got that. Then I've got a piece of putty in the middle. It's just so that it lays down like this rather than lays down like that. It's a stiff core, so it should go out, but yeah, it just pushes the hook link away from your lead. So you want everything to be as straight as possible so that when your fish picks it up, they're immediately onto the bolt rig mechanism, which is the weight of your lead pulling the hook into the fish's mouth, as in setting that barb when the fish runs away. So yeah, you want it to be quite as straight as possible. And then we've got the business end, the business end, which is the Ronnie rig section. I've got the Gardner hook on it. The Gardner hook is, I don't know why, but because of the mechanics of the Gardner, it's like a curve shank hook, but yeah, this is a size 4, and for some reason it just works really, really well with the Ronnie rig. And then attached to that, I have got this. Now it's a discontinued pop-up. It's a pink pop-up that is very, very sweet. It's like, it's not strawberry, but it's strawberry-esque. So, you know, one of those guys who make these things probably got creative in the kitchen. But it's a very sweet strawberry-ish, but it's sweet. If you taste it, it's like super, super, super sweet, almost like sweeter than sugar or honey. It's you just like, I'm still tasting it now. It's a very, very sweet thing, so that the carp will hopefully like the taste of it and then maybe give it a second go. And that's it. That's about it. Now, I don't often talk about my thought patterns on why I've chosen particular spots. So let's talk about today. I drove in here and I saw that it was freezing cold. The lady said it was -4 this morning. And so when it is cold, carp tend to want to be in the warmer spots. Now, where is that? Well, at night, it's usually at the deepest part of the dam. Now, this is different for big dams and smaller dams. Smaller dams, they would probably want to be in the bottom. This is just my logic, guys. I'm not saying I'm definitely correct. I'm just saying this is how I worked out today. So they would want to be in the bottom of the dam because that is most likely to hold a bit of the temperature. It might be slightly warmer than the top layers, which are getting the coldest air, which is going to drop that top layer of water to colder than the underneath. Then in the day, it's probably going to do the opposite. The sun is going to come out and it's going to bake the top layer of the dam. That's why today I'm fishing. It's now what, 1:30, 1:45, and I'm fishing in quite shallow areas because the sun is coming down, it's baking the top layer of water, and so that first top layer of water is going to be slightly warmer. The carp are going to want to be there because they're cold water creatures. They want their bodies work better when they are slightly warmer, and so that's why I've chosen the spots I've chosen. The one spot you saw where I put it in the pellets and just dropped my rod right next to the bank. And then the other one I dropped onto the other side of the dam just in case I'm making too much noise. But it's very similar. I'm about, I don't know, 3 meters from the reeds. And what I do when I come to a place like this, and I didn't film it, is I actually do a walk around the entire dam. I walk very slowly, I walk quite nice and quiet, and I look for where carp would have been. So I'm looking for actual carp, like see a fin or two. I'm looking for where they are turning or splashing around. It was very quiet today. I only saw one splash. Then the other thing is I'm looking for evidence that they've been there. So when carp rummage around at the bottom, they often kick up a lot of dust, and so I'm looking for dust clouds and things like that. I'm also looking for reeds, if the reeds are moving in a way that the wind wouldn't make them move like that. So say maybe one reed is knocking a bit more than the others, it probably means there's a carp or a fish that is big enough to move it in that area. And then I also look at behavior of other fish. Smaller fish, if you see them like a kerper or something, just steer clear a little bit of carp. They swim near them, but they steer clear a little bit. So if there's fish moving, obviously they're scared of me when they see me, but then if they're moving away from me and then away from another thing, usually that means there's a bigger fish there. Now it doesn't mean it's a carp, it could be a bass or a big kerper or something like that, or barbel. But yeah, I'm looking for all of those little details that can go, okay, this is where you should go. And if you look on this side, let's go this way. So if you see there, it's going to be a bit oblong. See that side, how a lot of that is covered in shade. So the carp are less likely to be in the shade because the shady bits or the cooler bits is not getting baked by the sun. That's my logic that I went with. Whoa! Got a fish on! We didn't blank. Hell yeah! I'm going to show you guys now. I'm so chuffed. We broke the curse. We broke the curse. I got to be honest, I did not think I was going to catch this fish. Onto the mat. Okay. Hopefully he's not going to beat me up too much. There you go, nice little 4 kilo fish. Very happy with that. Yeah man, I didn't think I'd catch him, but the method feeder helped. The method feeder just does the business, man. Does the business just when you want to just catch something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big fish, but at least it's something. Very chuffed. Let's put it back. So it looks like we broke the curse. The net curse is sorted, and I nearly smacked myself with carp slime. Till next time, tight lines guys.